Good morning, America. President Trump promises the biggest tax cut in history.
It's a great plan. It's going to put people back to work.
Slashing rates for families, businesses, even himself. But his one-page proposal far from a done deal. Now the man behind the plan, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, joins us this morning.
Breaking news as we come on the air. Tense standoff. A suspected killer barricaded inside this house, firing shots at officers throughout the night, accused of killing a state trooper hours before. Police using an explosive device to try and get in. Residents told to stay in their homes. The city on high alert this morning. On-board outrage. A whole flight forced to deplane after a passenger gets up to use the bathroom while the aircraft is sitting on the tarmac.
Can you help me understand why? We're going to discuss this outside. Not here, outside.
What Delta is saying about the incident this morning.
And coming to life. Oh my God! The moment these families got the shock of a lifetime, crossing the real Captain Jack Sparrow.
What are your names?
Johnny Depp swinging his sword for the ultimate swashbuckling surprise.
Live in Times Square, this is GMA with Robin Roberts, George Stephanopoulos, and Michael Strahan.
And good morning, America. Let's see that again. Johnny Depp at Disneyland right there, giving a lot of families a pretty great surprise.
Lucky family said he recited lines from, like his character from the movie, and they had an incredible time. Could you imagine taking your kids there?
That would be a moment. We're also following that breaking news for you this morning. This is the house in Delaware, where a dramatic standoff has been going on for almost an entire day. We'll have the latest on that in just a moment.
Yeah, lots of big stories out of Washington as well. The White House, of course, has released that one-page outline of President Trump's tax plan, saying there are more details to come, claiming it'll be one of the biggest tax cuts in history. We talked to the Treasury Secretary in a moment. And Republicans getting closer to a possible health care deal. Overnight, a new version gaining some traction in the House. And the money needed to run the federal government runs out at midnight tomorrow. Republicans introduced a short-term measure overnight. They say it's going to keep the government running through May 5th. They're going to negotiate some more. Expected to vote on that tomorrow.
More on that ahead. But first, let's go to our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, with a closer look at the president's new tax plan. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hi, Robin. Good morning, too. Well, here it is, that tax reform plan. You can see it fits on a single piece of paper, one side, double-spaced, about 200 words. The White House, though, says this is just a blueprint. There's more to come. 100 days fast approaching, and President Trump is hoping for a major win before that milestone.
Great plan. It's going to put people back to work.
That great plan, tax reform, unveiled in the form of a single-page, double-spaced list.
We just wanted to get out and give you a broad brush overview where we are.
The proposal would cut tax rates for individuals and simplify the tax code, reducing the number of tax brackets from 7 to just 3. The plan would also eliminate estate taxes and double the standard deduction. For married couples, that means the first $24,000 earned would be income tax-free. Most personal deductions would be eliminated, except home mortgage interest and charitable contributions. With so few details, the plan is far from a done deal.
We are moving as quickly as we can. So we are working with the House and Senate on all the details.
And still unanswered, how these changes would affect a typical family and how to pay for all these cuts without growing the deficit. Another mystery, how the plan affects the president and his business empire.
So your response to those critics who say a lot of what you've presented here today could save the president or benefit his own businesses?
What this is about is creating jobs and creating economic growth. And that's what massive tax cuts and massive tax reform and simplifying the system is what we're going to do.
Well, there is already pushback. Several Democrats say there should be no movement on tax reform until the president releases his own tax returns so that Americans can see how this impacts his own bottom line. But the Treasury Secretary said the president has no intention of releasing his tax returns. George, he says that the president has released plenty of information already.
See, we're joined now by one of the architects of the president's plan, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin. Secretary Mnuchin, thank you for joining us this morning. You know, everyone wants to know how this plan is going to affect them. You say it's all about middle-class tax cuts. So can you tell a middle-class family watching right now, family of 4, earning $60,000, how much they'll save under the president's plan?
Well, first of all, let me say it's great to be here with you this morning, and this is about middle-income tax cuts. And although we're not releasing the specific numbers, this is about creating economic effects and tax cuts for the middle class. It's also about creating tax simplification so that most Americans will be able to fill out their tax returns on a giant postcard. People are tired of way too much complexity, and this is also about making business taxes competitive, which will create American jobs.
But don't the details matter? Why can't you say how this is going to affect a middle-class family?
Well, the issue is that we are working with the House and the Senate, and our objective is to turn this into a bill that will pass and the president will sign. And as you know, the details of taxes are very complicated, and we're committed to working quickly and getting this done. This is about telling the American public what the president's principles are, which are all about economic growth, jobs, jobs, jobs.
Can you guarantee that no one in the middle class is going to pay more?
That's our objective, absolutely.
Is it a guarantee?
I can't make any guarantees until this thing is done and on the president's desk, but I can tell you that's our #1 objective in this.
How about the wealthy? During the campaign, Mr. Trump told me that he thought taxes on the wealthy should go up. Listen. Bottom line, do you want taxes on the wealthy to go up or down?
They will go up a little bit, and they may go up, you know.
But they're going down in your plan.
No, in my plan they're going down, but by the time it's negotiated, they'll go up.
So does that still hold when the negotiations are done? Taxes on the wealthy will go up?
Well, again, the focus right here is lowering the top rate in return for eliminating deductions and special interests. And that's what we're committed to. And this is about making tax simpler and getting rid of special interests. We're way too tired of people having special interests, and making sure that we create investment.
I was asking about the impact of taxes on the wealthy. The president said there he thought the taxes should go up after the negotiations. Right after the elections, you said no absolute tax cut for the upper class. Any tax cuts would be offset by fewer deductions. Are you still promising no absolute tax cuts for the wealthy?
Again, what I'd say, that's the objective, but we're working with Congress, we're working with the House and the Senate, we're having listening sessions, and this is about turning into a bill that will get signed.
But the objective is no absolute tax cuts for the wealthy.
That's the objective, and we'll see where we get from here.
We know that that several of the provisions have the potential to benefit President Trump in a pretty big way. The elimination of the estate tax for his family, cutting the tax on pass-through businesses from 39.5% to 15%, eliminating the alternative minimum tax. So this plan right now would be a tax cut for President Trump, wouldn't it?
Well, let me just say, this isn't about President Trump's tax returns. This is about the American public's tax returns.
But we know
so this is about creating economic effect for small and medium-sized businesses and making sure they have the same opportunities as large corporations.
But we know from the last Trump tax return we've seen, that was back in 2005, it shows the potential effect of eliminating the alternative minimum tax, which you're calling for right now. That year, he paid $38 million in taxes on $153 million in income. Without the alternative minimum tax, he would have paid $7 million. That's less than a 5% rate. So is that an acceptable outcome under your plan, that someone pay less than a 5% rate on more than $150 million in income?
Again, I'm not going to comment on the specifics of that. This is really about.
But I was asking about the principle.
American
On the
jobs.
principle, 5% rate on $150 million in income, is that okay under the president's plan?
Again, let me just say, we're going to get rid of lots and lots and lots of deductions. So making assumptions as to what the impact on any person's individual taxes until we get out the details, I don't think makes sense. This is about getting rid of deductions. For too long, the rich have had special interest in deductions, and what we're going to do is lower the rates to spur capital investment. And that's what this is about. Let me tell you that the ordinary worker bears about 70% of the tax burden on business. So by lowering business tax, we're putting money back into the American workers' pockets, and we're unleashing the economics so that American businesses can be competitive, build manufacturing plants, and create jobs.
But the only
That's what this is about.
The
Trump plan is about jobs.
The only deduction you specified is getting rid of the state and local tax deduction. I just want to ask you one more time on this. The principle. This is the principle. Should someone making more than $150 million pay less than a 5% federal tax rate?
Again, the principle on this is getting rid of deductions and having fair taxes and simplifying taxes. That's what this is about. This is not about the president's taxes. This is about what's good for the American public. And let me assure you, what the American public cares about is creating jobs and economic growth. For too long in this country, economic growth has been substandard, and we're going to grow it. This is about getting to sustained 3% GDP, where we can unleash economic opportunities for American workers and for companies.
Why don't the American people have a right to know how this will affect President Trump?
Again, I'm not sure. The American public has lots of information on the president's financials. He's released more information, and people have lots of information. And the American public, you saw, people voted for the president, and
you say he's released more information. He's the only president in modern times who hasn't released since Nixon, who hasn't released his tax returns. That's not more information. That's far less.
Again, this is about American jobs. The Trump economic plan is about creating jobs, 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 and economic growth. And we're tired of, in this country, having the highest business tax rates, taxing on worldwide income, and leaving trillions of dollars offshore. It's not a surprise that American business has left $1 trillion offshore. This is about bringing back that money. We've met with hundreds and hundreds of business executives who have had input into this. We're going to have more listening sessions. And this is about getting the most sweeping tax cuts and tax reform passed by this president to create economic growth.
Mr. Secretary, thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you.
One thing we can safely say, lots of details to come.
Yeah, still no details and no specifics right now, but let's bring in our chief White House correspondent, John Karl, for more on this. You just heard George's interview with the Treasury Secretary. What is your read on this new tax plan proposal?
Well, Robin, one page is not a tax plan. This is simply a statement of principles. As you heard in George's interview, they cannot answer basic questions about how this will affect the wealthy, about how it will affect working families. So this is the very beginning of the process.
But we're along the process when it comes to health care and the Reform Act there. And what is your read on this new push by Republicans? Does it have a chance?
I think it clearly does have a chance to pass in the House, Robin. White House officials are very confident that it will pass the House probably next week. If that happens, though, let me tell you, the battle in the Senate could be even harder than it was in the House. There is no guarantee that even if they can pass this plan out of the House, that it will pass the Senate and ultimately become law.
All right, John, thank you.
We have some breaking news coming in right now. We want to show you right now a tense standoff at this home in Delaware this morning where a murder suspect has barricaded himself inside. He's been shooting at officers. ABC's Gio Benitez is here with the latest. Good morning, Gio.
George, good morning. We've been watching this standoff all night long, and at 4 o'clock this morning, officers came under fire again. The suspect allegedly shooting from inside that house. Overnight, a man barricaded inside this Delaware home shooting at police. Authorities believe he shot and killed a Delaware state trooper Wednesday. Police working to make contact with the suspect, who has been barricaded inside for more than 19 hours.
Hostage negotiators are trying to establish communication with him.
So there were like shots going off in the neighborhood. There was like a SWAT team in the trees and everything.
It all began at this convenience store Wednesday afternoon.
Perimeter, please.
Police approaching a suspicious vehicle with 2 people inside. One of the men in the car getting out and firing shots at authorities, hitting that trooper. The suspect then taking off.
He ran for probably like 7 or 8 feet, and then he turned around and started shooting.
The chaos leading to a desperate search. Residents warned by reverse 911. Nearby schools locked down. The trooper, identified as 32-year-old Corporal Stephen J. Ballard, rushed to the hospital, but it was too late. The 8-year veteran of the force succumbing to his injuries. State and local authorities outside with a massive show of support.
This is a sad day for our state and for the Delaware State Police family.
The suspect eventually discovered at his home. Overnight, police using an explosive charge on the front door, but not making entry. The suspect remaining inside with a firearm as they work to negotiate his surrender. And right now, there are no other reported injuries, but it's a tense and fluid situation. The other man in that car was taken into custody. We will, of course, keep watching this throughout the morning, George.
Very tough situation, Gio. Thanks very much.
All right, now to that new plane incident, this time on a Delta flight. Every passenger was forced to deplane after one got up to use the bathroom while the aircraft was sitting on the tarmac. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis is here with the details. Good morning, Rebecca.
Hey, Michael, good morning. And the hits just keep coming to our friendly skies this morning. New video aboard a Delta flight and new changes at United.
I need more information, sir. I haven't done anything. I paid for this ticket, and I actually have to get home.
An entire plane forced back to the gate after a disruption aboard a Delta Airlines jet traveling from Atlanta to Milwaukee.
The plane's gonna leave, and then I won't get back to my kids.
Fellow passengers filmed Kima Hamilton, a 39-year-old man being asked to leave the plane by two different Delta employees after he used the lavatory while the plane was taxiing.
I don't understand why I have to get off of this plane. What did I mean, I had to use the restroom.
Hamilton asked a flight attendant for permission to use the restroom while the plane sat on the tarmac for a half hour, but was told no. However, Mother Nature took over, and the man says he quickly got up, used the bathroom, and was back in his seat in a minute. He was then approached by an attendant and asked to get off the flight to discuss the matter further.
Just follow me up to the front, that's all. So just come follow me, and whatever we can discuss. Listen, we've already pulled out a rotation, so now we're inconveniencing the court meeting.
He refused, so the entire plane was pulled back to the gate and all passengers made to disembark. Delta Airlines said in a statement it is imperative that passengers comply with crew instructions during all phases of flights, especially at the critical points of takeoff and landing.
And also this morning, United introducing 10 new policy changes in the wake of their own video of a passenger being pulled off a plane, including passengers are now going to be given up to $10,000 for voluntarily giving up their seats on overbooked flights. Now, I think that passengers are getting a few more rights, but the question is how many people are going to be waiting for that $10,000 figure.
Let's go to LaGuardia.
Exactly. Let's buy some tickets.
That's a lot of flying for $10,000.
Exactly.
All right, thank you, Rebecca. And Amy joined us at the desk of the morning's other top stories, starting with a major explosion in the Middle East.
That's right, and there is new video this morning that shows the explosion near the airport in Syria's capital, Damascus. Syria says Israel launched several missiles to take out a military installation, possibly targeting weapons being transferred to Hezbollah. Despite the damage, no injuries were reported. And back here in this country, the sniper who ambushed two state police troopers in Pennsylvania back in 2014, killing one of them, has been sentenced to death. A jury rejected pleas from Eric Freen's attorneys. Freen led authorities on a 48-day manhunt before his arrest. And a man is under arrest accused of setting two fires at the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas. Fire was set in a hallway, the other in a restroom. The suspect now faces arson and other charges. And a man who spent 47 days stranded on a mountain in Nepal is in remarkably good health. Crews rescued the man from a rocky ledge after he and his girlfriend got lost in a snowstorm. She died just 3 days before the rescue, but he survived on just water and salt. And finally, you can call it a key mistake. A man in California locked his keys in his car, so he called AAA. But when the guy from AAA arrived, guess what he did? He locked his keys in his car. So he then had to call AAA as well. Probably hoping to keep this whole story low key, but it's unlikely his coworkers are going to forget it now that it's on Good Morning America.
Low key, yeah.
I locked that up, didn't
I locked it up. All right, thank you very much. Hey, Ginger, got some severe storms, Texas to Michigan, all around.
That's right, up to 75-mile-per-hour winds, you guys. Look at these trees just blowing there in southern Illinois, and from there down to the damage in Arkansas. A lot of folks waking up this morning with cleanup on the mind, and unfortunately, same region going to get hit again tomorrow. The risk goes from Oklahoma and the plains there right through the Mid-South, almost there into Cincinnati. All right, your local weather in 30 seconds. First, though, the summer-like cities, brought to you by Kohl's.
Only twice a year, and it's here. Kohl's lowest prices of the season. Prices so low, no coupons needed. Get the lowest prices of the season on women's tees, just $4.99. $5 Jumping Beans tops and bottoms, and save on Nike. Get the lowest prices of the season on kids' shoes, just $16.99. Kitchen electrics are only $4.99 after rebate. Plus, the Big One bath towel is just $2.99. Stock up, save big, and get Kohl's Cash. It's the lowest prices of the season. Wednesday through Sunday at Kohl's.
Short sleeve weather for today. Yes, finally, we're looking at a sunny day. A little bit of patchy fog, though, this morning, from 60 degrees to about 85 for your high. Sunglasses on throughout the afternoon. Now, overnight, after about 9 p.m., there could be a few isolated showers and storms coming our way. Better chance on Saturday after 2 p.m. and up until about 7 p.m. And then Sunday is going to be the cooler day out of the weekend, the high 76 with some drizzle and light rain coming through. Then Monday could see a few big storms coming our way during the afternoon hours.
And coming up, the new 911